Today I want to share with you a few ideas about Christmas traditions and ways to celebrate Advent that have been really meaningful for our family. Some of our kids' favorites are Polar Express Pajama Night, putting handprints on the tree skirt, and caroling our neighbors. But first I want to share a few ideas and resources for celebrating Advent. Some of these include Jotham's Journey books, a Jesse tree, and a scripture scavenger hunt. Hopefully you can take away some ideas that will make your Christmas more meaningful this year. Advent is something that our kids look forward to all year. It's a time of spiritual preparation when we can get our hearts ready and look forward to the coming birth of the Messiah. We start shortly after Thanksgiving and we gather together every night, light our candles, and share a reading from one of our books. One of the books that the kids look forward to every year is Jotham's Journey. This is a fabulous story that places you in the time of Jesus. It's about a child that's separated from his family, and as he's trying to get returned to his family, he runs into a lot of familiar characters along the way. He travels with the wise men, he meets Zechariah and Elizabeth, and baby John, he meets Simeon and Anna, and at the end, of course, he is at the birth of Jesus. This is an adventure-packed story where you get to see the sights and sounds and smells of Jerusalem and experience what a child during that time period would experience. It's also very riveting. Each end of the chapter is a page turner where the kids always want to read one more chapter. It is a little intense in some parts, so if you have a sensitive child, you might want to skip a little bit, depending on the age of your kiddos. But this is a family story that the whole family can enjoy. One really neat thing about this series is that you read Jotham's Journey the first year, and in this story he meets Tabitha and Bartholomew and Ishtar, and then there's subsequent books where Tabitha's travels. You get to enjoy the story from her point of view, and when she meets Jotham, the kids remember, oh, I remember this part. And when you read the Bartholomew's passage, then you also get to experience things through Bartholomew's eyes, but then you run into Jotham and Tabitha as well. Ishtar's Odyssey is another one in this series, and that is from the point of view of a kid who is traveling with the wise men. If you really love these stories, you can continue the saga with Amon's adventures during Lent, and this is where Jotham and Tabitha get married and have a child. So 33 years later, they're experiencing what's going on during the time of Jesus' crucifixion and resurrection. Some parts of the story get a little bit dramatic, and that is where you, as the reader, have liberties to change things or skip over things as you find fit. At the end of each night's reading, there's a short devotional, which I have found really insightful and encouraging and inspiring. It certainly helps to keep your kids' eyes on the fact that we're looking forward to the birth of the Messiah, even amidst all the hubbub of Christmas. Another fabulous choice for Advent readings would be the Jesse tree. This gets its name from Isaiah 11:1, but a shoot shall sprout from the stump of Jesse, and from his roots a bud shall blossom. So this is basically a family tree. It starts with the creation of the world and goes to the fall, the flood, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Joseph, and traces the lineage all the way to Jesus. One good book for this is The Jesse Tree by Geraldine McCaffrey. I enjoy this book because it's got great pictures. It's a big story with about a grumpy old man that's heart is softened by a young boy as he shares the stories of each of the meaning of the symbol as he's carving them for the Jesse tree. You can read one each night leading up to Christmas. If you're so inclined, you can copy the picture at the top of the page and laminate them and then Velcro them to and open the flap box such as I have pictured here. And then we open a flap each night and put the representation of the story on the back of the tree. Of course, we talk with the kids, what do you think that this means, to see if they have an idea about the Bible story that's going to be read. Another good option is this book by Ann Voskamp. As you can see, it's an all-in-one. It opens up, it has the tree, there's a flap that you open each night, and there's also a book that's enclosed. Another fun option is get together with a group of friends, and each one is assigned an ornament that represents a Bible story, and then you all get together and have a Jesse tree ornament exchange, and then those ornaments you can either place on your own Christmas tree each night as you read the story, or you can have a branch that you display on your table. I did this one year with a group of ladies and it was so much fun. Highly recommended. There's also a lot of online free options such as these that I have here. Another fun activity the kids look forward to is a scripture scavenger hunt. You can either do this every night in place of your Advent activities, or in addition to, as we've done many a years, or you can do it all in one night. I simply took a muffin pan and put clues inside the holes. Some of the clues are: put food in me to make it hot, I'm white and oval, I'm a crock pot, or stars are shining, it's no longer time to play. You put these on at the end of the day, and the kids would run to their pajamas. Where the clue leads you, you'll find a Christmas card, and on the Christmas card is scripture from Luke chapter 2. If you do this every night, then you read all the cumulative cards from before. And if the kids hear this repeated every night, pretty soon they have that portion of scripture memorized. The Christmas cards I used were just ones that were from friends, and then the kids also add their own artwork and drawing in addition to the scripture. These cards have become quite treasured as the kids love looking through their artwork from the previous year. Some tips for starting Advent with your family: if you have lots of littles, keep it simple and short. Sing a Christmas carol and only do what you can all happily do together. We let each of our littles play with a nativity set during the reading so they have something to do with their hands. We have a nativity carousel with candles, but you can have a traditional wreath with a central candle and 4 pillars, and a different kid blows out the candles each night while a different one opens the flap. We have a snack every night, but it's very simple. Maybe 1 piece of Christmas candy or an animal cracker, and a sweet drink such as cider or cocoa, but just a tiny amount. We don't want to get them all jazzed up right before bedtime. The wonderful thing about Advent is it keeps your focus on Christ. You don't have to explain to your kids that Christmas isn't all about presents, because all month long they've been looking forward to the coming Messiah, the celebration of the birth of Christ, and it turns Christmas Day into a full season of memories and fun. Other ideas we've tried, you have a little trough with hay, and each act of kindness that the kids do, they get to put some hay in Jesus' trough. Or you have a camel that you move every day, Mary and Joseph, and it's kind of like an elf on the shelf, except the kids are looking for the camel or Mary and Joseph as they're traveling around your house, going towards Bethlehem. One last idea that our kids absolutely love is called the Polar Express. The kids never know when it's coming. It's a surprise that we do sometime during the month of December. After we put them to bed, we come in and wake them up with a train whistle and pile them all into the car to go to the North Pole. We give them tickets and a jingle bell and drink hot cocoa. And when we get to our friend's house, we play games or watch a Christmas movie. A great Christmas movie to watch is the What's in the Bible with Buck Denver Christmas edition. Great movie to watch with friends every year. Each year, the kids put their hands on the tree skirt with some white paint. We've been doing that since our oldest was a baby, so that's a really fun tradition to do, and the kids love to see their handprints as they grow. Another tradition we all look forward to is caroling our neighbors. I would encourage you to consider doing this, as it's incredibly fun to connect with our neighbors, and they're always thankful when we come. We invite other families to come with us and come back to our house for cocoa and cookies. We love reading Christmas books together. If you have any ideas of your favorites, leave a comment below, because I love getting new books. This year we're going to wrap up our Christmas books and open a new one each evening. Even though we've had them a long time, it'll be fun. We also enjoy reading The Best Christmas Pageant Ever. We read it every year, as it's a sweet story to be able to see the nativity through fresh eyes of someone that has never heard the story before. If you read a book with the scripture retelling, such as this Advent book by Jack and Kathy Stockman, then the kids learn Luke chapter 2 simply by reading the book every night and revealing a new flap. Or you can do what we did when our kids were little and we had them listen to Luke chapter 2 every night on CD, and then at Christmas, right before opening presents, all of the cousins recited Luke chapter 2 together at our family Christmas gathering. We enjoy making salt dough Christmas ornaments using glitter and cookie cutters, and particularly with their handprints. The kids like to spend the months leading up to Christmas working on craft presents to give to others. This helps them to be excited about giving gifts and not just focus on receiving gifts. One year, all the gifts I gave the kids were crafts, and that turned out to be a really fun year. During the month of December, they enjoy putting little crafts or notes or surprise gifts into their sibling stockings, and it's fun to check in the morning all during that month to see what might be waiting. We also take the kids to the dollar store so that they can pick out a present for their siblings to put under the Christmas tree, and this way they have full control over picking out a gift. One thing to remember as you start new family traditions is that you should set your expectations aside, because nothing ever goes the way that you imagine it. Just focus on relationships, and you definitely will have some new family memories, and you will have a great time. There are so many wonderful Christmas traditions. I would love to hear what you enjoy with your family. Leave a comment below. May you all be richly blessed this Christmas season as you look forward to the birth of Jesus.